everybody. Welcome to the Dearly Loved channel. I'm Hillary.
And I'm Krista.
And we're so glad you're here with us today.
Yes.
We are really excited because we're going to be talking about our new book that is releasing on May 15th of this year. It's coming around the corner so fast, and we cannot wait. So we thought we'd take this time to really go over the 4 topics that are in our book and why we chose those topics.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And so the book is a interactive devotional. It is meant to be parent-led, but I think parents are going to get a lot out of it too. I mean,
100%.
It's for kids, but it's just going to influence the whole family, impact the whole family. And so the topics that we chose are because we feel like what would we give our kids? You know, what would we want our kids to know about God? And to be the kingdom is so vast, right? It's so big, and it's like, what should we choose? I don't want to say the most important, but from our hearts, this is what we feel like God put on our hearts as foundational for our kids.
Definitely.
And that was the topic of prayer, the topic of encounter, the topic of intercession, and worship.
Yep.
So the 4 topics. And it has honestly been such a journey for both of our families, diving into these topics, and for Hillary and I creating these devotionals and these times with the Lord, and the way that it's impacted our lives and our kids' lives has been so incredible. And I feel like we've both allowed God to take us to deeper places when it comes to hearing his voice and understanding the impacts of walking with him in prayer and daily with him that has on our lives. You know? And the same for all the other topics.
Yeah,
Would you agree?
Yes.
Do you think it's just caused us to deep dive into?
Oh my goodness, completely. It was we were okay, we want to build a firm foundation for our kids and go after these main questions and these main topics that we all kind of question, why do we do this and why is it important? And it's building that firm foundation for the house to be built on, you know? But when we dug in, it was I would text Kristen, she'd text me I'm getting encountered, this is so amazing. We went on a journey with the Lord writing this book.
Totally.
Not just for our kids, but we're getting encountered, and then we do it with our kids and get encountered again.
Yeah.
It's so powerful,
So
and we're so excited because we've seen the fruit in our own families and with our own kids, and it's just so exciting.
So amazing. So we want to start with the topic of prayer. So this is our first chapter. There are always 6 devotions and then a testimony page in each chapter. Yep. And so prayer. Why prayer?
I would say, what is prayer? It's talking with God.
Yeah.
And the first step of relationship is communication and being able to hear God's voice and know that he hears you and to have that back and forth conversation. That's the foundation of relationship.
Right.
And he wants relationship with us.
Yeah, and you'll see this show up over and over and over again on our apparel. This sweatshirt says, I hear his voice and he hears mine.
Yes.
You'll see it show up in our declarations. You'll see it show up because it is so foundational. It's the beginning of everything to know that we can have a relationship with God.
Right.
And we really can speak to him and he can speak to us. And he does. And he wants that with us. And to have my 3-year-old know that when she talks to God, God hears her. Yeah. And to have her know that she hears from God is the beginning of the greatest adventure of life. Yeah. You know? So we've built the chapter on prayer on some really impactful scriptures. Yeah. The Bible is full of impactful scriptures on prayer, but some of the ones that really stood out to us that we felt were kind of the building blocks for this chapter are Jeremiah 33:3. So we'll read that for you guys.
For sure. All right. Jeremiah 33:3 says, "Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." And I think that's just so powerful. And so it says it right there. It couldn't be more clear.
Yeah.
We call to him. He tells us to call to him. and I will answer you. It's communication.
And
it's
I will answer
proof
you.
that he does want to talk to us. Like, we can hear him.
Yeah. And he has unsearchable things for us to find, or things that we would not find on our own, it says in other versions. And that's like, it's just, there's so much mystery in that with God. There's so much more for us to discover in this world that he's placed us in if we do it walking with him in the garden. You know, with him saying, let me show you this, daughter. You know, let me show you this, son. And what a beautiful way to live out our life as his kids. Right?
Absolutely.
I think that the prayer chapter really has a sweet connection between prayer, faith, and peace. And it's like, prayer is that initial from Jeremiah 33:3. It's like we're talking to God. He's sharing with us things that we wouldn't know. And then you have, you know, in Jeremiah 29, it's like, then you will call upon me and come and pray to me and I will hear you. Again, it's like, you will seek me and you will find me when you seek with all your heart. Like, that is a promise in the Bible that God gives us. And then we take it to Philippians 4:6-7, and it's like, I know like the lullaby to this song. Don't you worry about anything, instead pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank him for all he has done. And the peace. Anyway, so
that is
like,
awesome.
I sing this song over my kids at night, but it's like, and the peace of God that is far beyond what you could understand will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. And this is like what you just said. Prayer is not just the conversing between God. There's actually an effect of prayer that happens in our lives, that we are wired to receive the peace of God as we connect with God.
It's a promise. First of all,
promises.
Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God. Like, this is what happens. This is the result.
Right.
It says it right here in his word.
Right.
That when we cast our cares, when we go to him with prayer and thanksgiving, like, this is what will happen. And that's a promise, too.
Right.
True.
Yes.
I mean, it's clear in his word.
Totally. So prayer is the start. It's where everything begins. It is the first step on the journey into the dearly loved. And it is a powerful place to start with your kids.
Yes, it is.